Welcome to video lecture series for class 12. Today we will learn about the topic capacitor, which store the energy, how it is stored in capacitor, and as we have discussed earlier also, the basic function of capacitor is to store energy. This energy although come in the form of charge in the capacitor, and how this energy is stored in the capacitor, that is being asked several times in the exams also. So I have written the question also. How does a capacitor store energy? Derive an expression for the energy stored in a capacitor. First part में आपको पूछा गया capacitor कैसे, how does it store the energy? So for that I will discuss here. So first of all, let us just see the diagram I have drawn over here. यहाँ पे कैपेसिटर इस तरीके से कैपेसिटर प्लेट पैरेलल पे कैपेसिटर हैं जनरल जो हमने ली हुई है. यहाँ पे देखिए, यू कैन सी द चार्जेस आर देयर. पॉजिटिव चार्ज ऑन वन प्लेट, नेगेटिव चार्ज ऑन द अदर प्लेट. Here I have shown that this initially before this diagram actually this is at certain instant of time. Initially, let us see the explanation part. Suppose initially this is the capacitor plate, and I have applied a battery or a cell to charge the capacitor. What will happen? It will acquire some positive charge from this side, and similarly here will be some negative charge. So as and when it start to charge, the charges are increasing. Similarly, the negative charge is increasing on this plate, positive charge is on this plate. So electric field is also increasing because electric field is from positive to negative. So when electric field is increasing, the direction of electric field is from positive to negative. So we can say when it is getting a positive charge, so in the similar way, by induction or because of negative charge of the battery, it is having the negative charges. So we can say that some positive charge is transferred. So it is having positive charge. This means that certain charge from the positive side of the cell, is adding on this plate. It is gaining a certain potential. Some potential is increasing on this plate. Similarly, potential is decreasing on this plate. So the potential increase on this plate. So if we move, we can say the positive charge is transferring from this plate to this plate. Thus that it is losing some potential, it is gaining some potential. So while doing this positive charge has to move against the electric field. So work has to be done in transferring a positive charge from this plate to this plate. So this is the second plate, suppose this is the first plate. So let us see the diagram which I have drawn earlier. This is the diagram. So here we can see that positive charge is being shown to be Q dash at certain instant of time, and this plate is having similarly minus Q dash charge, and minus dq dash is shown that this dq dash charge at any instant of time is transferred from second plate to first plate. So when it is being transferred while transferring this dq dash charge from second plate to first plate, work has to be done against the electric field. As you can see, this is the final position when the positive charge, total plus Q positive charge is gained on this and negative charge is gained on this plate. So total charge will be Q. So the plates will be charged from 0 to Q charge, and the charging of this requires some work that has to be done by transferring the charge from this plate to this plate against the electric field, and that work done against the electric field and transferring a positive charge from second plate to first plate is the work done, and that is stored in the form of potential energy of the capacitor. So let us see what is the potential energy stored in the capacitor, or we can say energy stored in the capacitor is in the form of potential energy which is gained because of work done in charging the capacitor, is stored as electrical potential energy, which is stored in the form of potential energy. So how does this capacitor store energy? While charging, as in the given capacitor plates, the plate 1 at any instant of time, suppose, is at higher potential than plate 2, plate second. So plate second से जो है plate first जो है at certain instant of time is definitely at higher potential because it has been given some positive charge on the battery at higher potential and negative charge on this at lower potential. So this is having higher potential. Therefore, for positive charge to be transferred from plate 2 to plate 1, work has to be done. As we have discussed, positive charge when it's transferred from plate 2 to plate 1, work has to be done. So for dq dash to be transferred from plate having minus q dash charge to plate having plus q dash charge, dq dash charge को ये प्लेट जिसमें माइनस q dash चार्ज है से प्लस q dash चार्ज पे ले जाने के लिए वर्क डन, स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क हैज़ टू बी डन. दैट वर्क डन dw will be equal to the work done is for potential into definition of work done potential into small charge which has been transferred. I have marked V dash means V dash is the potential of the plate which is at certain instant of time. जिस समय हम बोल रहे हैं Q dash charge है इस प्लेट पे, उस समय potential क्या है? V dash है. What is the formula for potential? It is V dash is equal to Q dash upon C. This is a small amount of work done. Therefore, the total work done which is required to charge, total work done क्या हो जाएगा? Total work done required to charge, it will be how much? It will be total integration of this dw only, means dw को work done जो स्टोर होगा that is how much? That is from 0 से q चार्ज तक जो चार्जिंग करने में जो चार्ज वर्क डन करना पड़ेगा, that is equals to v dash into dq dash. Now v dash is what? Q dash upon c to dq dash. Now we have to integrate this. So this is equal to total work done, that is equal to 1 upon c is constant, integration of 0 to q dash dq dash. This is how much? This is q dash square by 2. So 1 upon c q dash square by 2 within the limit 0 to q, this will be simply q square upon 2c. This work done is stored as the energy of the capacitor. This work done is stored as energy of capacitor. And if we put the value of this is energy stored q square upon 2c, we can put the value of capacitance for a parallel plate capacitor also, and we can write the energy in that form also. And if suppose this is the final for single plate capacitor. Now if there are n number of capacitors and they combine in series and parallel, then how do we combine and how the energy combined? How the series combination takes place, that we have learned. How parallel combination takes place, that also we have learned. Now using those formulas, we have to add the potential energies for n number of capacitors. So energy stored in series combination of capacitors. For this, since we know since potential energy or energy stored in capacitor is given by q square upon 2 into c, I can take like this also, 1 upon c. Now this 1 upon c is the total capacitance of the combination of capacitors. Suppose let c be equivalent capacitance, यानी जो capacitance combination के बाद है उस वो value क्या है यहाँ पे, that value we have taken to be c, and u the total energy stored in this combination, total energy stored in combination of capacitors. So we can write u is equals to q square upon 2. Now, instead of 1 upon c, if there are n number of capacitance having capacitances c1, c2 and c3, we can write like this also, because we knew for series combination the equivalent capacitance is given by the formula 1 upon c1 plus 1 upon c2 plus so on. This is the capacitance for series combination. Instead of 1 upon c, I have placed it over here like this. So this is how much? This is again q square upon 2c1 plus q square upon 2c2, and we can simply write plus q square upon 2cn. So we can write this is what? These are the potential energy formula for potential energies only, but for different capacitors. So we can write the total potential energy is combination of potential energies stored in the capacitors, stored in each capacitors. This is the final formula. This energy stored in series combination is additive. Similarly, now let us see how energy are stored in case of parallel combination. So energy stored in parallel combination of capacitors. Again, suppose U is the equivalent input energy, total energy stored in the combination, and C is the equivalent capacitance, as we have done earlier also. Q square upon 2C. This is the formula we know, but if I want to write Q in terms of C into V, what will be the formula? Q is CV whole square upon 2C. It is how much? It is 1 by 2 CV square. Why I have it like this? Because I have to show the parallel combination. In parallel combination, their added capacitances are added simply in like any numbers. So यहाँ पे अब जहाँ पे C है, where C is the equivalent capacitance, C is equivalent capacitance of combination, parallel combination. So now we will write, instead of C, we have to write in terms of C1, C2 and Cn, so on. So let me write that. So U will be equal to 1 upon 2 V square will be common for all. तो C की जगह मैं रख सकती हूँ यहाँ पे C1 plus C2 plus Cn. Because the formula for combination of parallel capacitors is simply C1 plus C2 plus so on Cn. तो C की जगह मैंने ये रख दिया. Again I can add like this also, 1 upon 2 C1 V square plus 1 by 2 C2 V square plus so on 1 by 2 Cn V square. Again, these are the potential energies stored in each individual capacitors. So I can write like this also, U1 plus U2 plus so on plus Un. So again here the potential energies are additive. Potential energies in parallel combination are also additive, as we have done for series combination is additive in nature. So if question is asked, we have to prove that energy stored in capacitor is simply the sum of all the energies of each capacitors. We will prove for parallel also and also for series. So this is the final result. So hence we have done the topic of energy stored in capacitors for combination also. Thank you, and next time we will do the topic of redistribution of charges and how the energy is lost when these charges are distributed between the two conductors.